I'm Bill.
I'm Dara. Goodbye.
Welcome back to The Average Drinker. I'm Dara. I'm your average drinker. And it's time for a wild video. I think this is a wild video. Some people might not agree with us. Some people might agree with us. But literally, what?
I was trying to come up with some weird word based on what the video is about, but I couldn't. So I just stared for a little bit.
I literally had no idea what it was. Okay.
I was trying to come up with some word. Keep going. We're not redoing it.
Oh, I didn't think we were going to
okay.
redo it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so today we have a video, and it's basically, well, it's not basically, it is about the misconceptions of whiskey.
Misconceptions about whiskey. It's about misconceptions about whiskey?
That's so confusing.
Well, you said about misconceptions, but it's misconceptions about whiskey.
Yeah. Misconceptions about whiskey. Wow, we are off to a roaring start here. Holy
we need to drink.
Cheers to that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. This is going to be a good video, I promise. I'm just like off the rails here.
And we're drinking Scotch right now.
Yeah, because we're warming up
Yeah.
our palate for another video.
Yeah.
I'm drinking Port Charlotte 10-year.
I'm drinking Bourbon Distillers.
Both good.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
sweet and warm. Okay, so back to what this video is about. So basically, we came up with this idea. Well, the first
You
one.
came up with it. Why don't you explain how you came up with it? You texting a friend?
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so, oh my gosh, squirrel. So I was texting with one of my friends, and she was like, I need a good whiskey. And I said, okay, does a person drink whiskey? What do they like? What kind of budget do you have? What are you looking to spend? And she's like, well, I want to spend $100, but I'm not really sure if that would get me a good bottle of whiskey. I kind of feel like I thought you had to spend like $1,000 to get a good whiskey. And I said, whoa, wait a second. No, that's not the case at all. And I'm like, I could actually probably get you 2 bottles in that $100 zone. Like, 2 bottles for $100 that this person would like based on what she told me they liked. So anyhow, I was like, holy moly, that's a good idea. That's like a huge misconception about whiskey, is that you have to spend a lot of money to get a good bottle. Like, people that aren't in the whiskey world don't really know that.
Well, way to start giving away some of these here.
Okay, well anyway, so we'll come back to that in a second, but
That was a long story when it could have been very short.
well, welcome to my world.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that is me in a nutshell. But yes, that's where I got the idea of this video. And actually, we were at another event, and I was like, we had already thought of this idea, and we heard someone say, well, I only drink whiskey that's this age.
Yep.
And so that gives us
Wait, you're giving away more stuff. Why don't we just start this list?
I know. Okay, so
How about
that's
you quit giving away what the topics are? Seriously, do you know how to do videos?
Oh my gosh, people are gonna be so mad at you for talking to me. They're gonna be like, he's such an asshole. You guys know it's all in good fun. We love each other.
All right,
We like
let's get on these topics.
Okay,
then,
so here we
before
go.
we give more away.
So we have 10 misconceptions about whiskey that we gotta tell you.
We think it's 10.
It's 10.
Okay. All right, these are in no particular order.
In no particular.
It's just we have them on a sheet here in front of us, so we don't forget them. But
Yeah.
let's just go down the sheet and go.
Here we go.
So
we go.
why don't you start with the top one?
It has to be old to be good. So that's what.
No,
It
no, it
Are
doesn't.
you what?
It doesn't have
Are
to
you
be old.
kidding me? You mean there's good 2-year-old whiskey?
Like, you a Valley girl now?
There's 4-year-old good whiskey? Oh, you mean 6-year-old whiskey can be good?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Mind blown. Crazy, huh?
Are you gonna do this for every one of these?
No, but...
Please don't.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is where I came up with this idea. When we were at the
Oh,
bar,
here
we
goes
heard the
another
guy...
story.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, this guy said, I only drink whiskey that's 15 years or older because I don't think whiskey under 15 years old tastes good, and you're not gonna get a good bottle, and I don't like the flavor, and I don't think there's anything complex or round about anything under 15 years old. And I was just like, okay, to each their own, but that's not the case at all. I've had so many good whiskeys that are any broad range of age. From 4, there's 4-year-old MGP that's so good.
Yeah.
6-year-old
I mean,
MGP.
the Octomores are...
2 years old.
No, Octomores aren't 2 years. They're 5 or so.
Some of them.
I mean, we Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered, no age statement. It's about 7-year-old. I mean, a lot of the Elijah Craig barrel proof picks, they range between 8 and 11. So I mean, it doesn't have to be old to be good.
It doesn't. Age is just a number.
Yep. Granted, some aged whiskeys are great, but some aged whiskeys are not great too. So
that's true. I do like older whiskey, but I like younger whiskey too. Just depends. So that's the first one.
Yep, that's number one.
All right, you read the next one.
No, you do the next one because that goes. Basically, you hit the top two you started the video with.
Okay, so on to number 2. You have to spend a lot of money to get a good whiskey. You don't. You literally do not have to spend a lot of money. I mean, to be honest with you, like some of my favorite whiskeys, my daily drinkers, are $20 to $25. To me, that's not a lot of money. Now, money is subjective to the person. It's subjective to your wallet, what you have, your means of living, etc. Some people spend an average of $100 on a bottle. Some people only average $30 a bottle. So it's totally subjective to each person and each individual. There's not a right or wrong thing about spending money. But you do not have to spend a lot of money to get a good bottle of whiskey.
Wild Turkey 101's like $20.
$20. OGD 114, 30. Rare Breed, 50.
Yeah, it's like 50. I think Knob Creek Store Picks are 50. And there's a lot of good whiskeys that are cheap.
That are like even under $6. Cheap, relatively speaking, to the person. But like honestly, when I look at the shelf, I see so many up there. Blue Note Juke Joint, $45.
Well, some of the
Four Roses single barrels.
those are 50.
$50.
But yeah, you can get stuff that's cheaper that's good.
Yeah, you literally can. So totally, it's a myth. Debunked by me. I'm right.
Number 3. Did you know all whiskey is bourbon?
Really?
All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon.
Oh, yep.
A lot of people think just because you're drinking whiskey, you're drinking bourbon. But no, I can be drinking a rye. I can be drinking a Scotch.
You can drink
I
an
can be
American.
drinking a light whiskey. I can be drinking some type of blend.
Yeah, a blended whiskey.
A rye. Yep.
So.
Yep. I can be drinking an Irish. I can be drinking a Japanese. So. Yeah.
Not all.
Not all whiskey is bourbon, but all bourbon is whiskey.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Easy one to remember. Okay.
And the next one, staying along those same lines as bourbon. All bourbon comes from Kentucky.
You know, it's crazy to me that so many.
You used to believe that, didn't you?
I thought so, but I didn't know. And especially when I was new into whiskey, I was like, okay, so bourbon comes from Kentucky, right? Because there's like Bourbon County and like all of the like major distillers are there, or so I thought. I didn't know, but then I quickly learned about Indiana.
Yeah, yeah. All bourbon does not come from Kentucky. It comes from the U.S.
Yep. That's the rule. That's the rule of bourbon.
There's other rules.
Well, I mean, one of the rules of bourbon, but yes.
It can come from any state in the United States of America.
I mean, think about Tennessee. If only they called Jack Daniel's bourbon.
It technically is bourbon, but they don't call it bourbon.
Exactly. So, there.
Yep.
That's an easy one. That's a super easy one. Oh, here's another good one.
Mark these off, so
yeah.
check.
Check it out.
Next one.
All Scotch is smoky. I thought I thought Scotch was just like a smoky thing, and actually I have a lot of misconceptions when I first started drinking whiskey.
Granted,
about Scotch.
I love smoky Scotch, so I have a lot of smoky Scotch.
Well, I'm drinking peated Scotch right now.
I think the Oban has a little bit of peat in it, but I mean, there's the Port Charlotte, the Classic Lottie. There's a lot of Speyside stuff.
I was gonna say Speysides a lot of the times are.
There's so much that's not smoky. There's probably less smoky Scotch than peated Scotch. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but I don't know.
Well, and I think if you looked at it, the majority of smoky Scotches are coming from Islay.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some that aren't.
That's true too.
So.
I don't know. I learned a lot about Scotch just getting into whiskey, just because I thought that. I have a lot of misconceptions when I first started drinking Scotch. Mm-hmm. A lot. And we'll, discover more here on this list.
Oh, yeah.
But, okay, moving on.
Do the next one.
You have to drink whiskey a certain way. Ha! Now, that's what I thought. So that's part of the thing I was just telling you guys. I thought for sure that you had to drink Scotch out of, a glass. I thought that...
Out of what type? A glass?
No,
could it be a
no,
glass bowl?
Well, it could be. But I thought for sure that you had to drink Scotch out of like a rocks glass.
Okay, that's what you're meaning.
Yeah, and
okay.
I thought that like only snobby people drink Scotch. I didn't know, or old men.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. I had no clue. So, like, if you're out there and you're like me, I didn't really know anything about Scotch. But yes, I thought that you had to drink all whiskey a certain way. Like, I thought like you had to drink it neat, or you had to drink it on the rocks. But you know what I've learned? You can drink your whiskey however the hell you want to drink it.
You paid for it. You do what you want with it.
You could mix it with Coke. You could mix it with water. You can mix it with Gatorade, and you can have.
That might be kind of weird.
Actually, no. You could do mellow corn and Gatorade Zero.
Maybe.
That might actually be good. But you know what? Here's the point. The main point of that one is, literally, there's no way, like specific way that you have to drink whiskey.
You can drink it out of a glass. You can drink it out of a bowl. You can drink it out of the bottle.
You can drink it mixed. You can drink it with ice. You can drink it with glitter. There's edible glitter.
Like at the strip club glitter?
No, like edible glitter. I was thinking like a wedding shower. So like my friends want to know this. How fancy would that look?
Oh, it'd be like a Goldschlager.
Well, yeah.
It has like the gold flakes in it.
Yeah, it looks cool. But like literally, you can get edible glitter. Yeah. It doesn't have a flavor. Put it in your whiskey at your like wedding shower. Hella fancy, and you still get to drink your whiskey. I think it's a great idea. Hey, he didn't say I was wrong, so I mean.
Alrighty. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
So.
Oh, this is a good one.
This is a good one that all good whiskeys on the top shelf at a liquor store and all bad whiskeys on the bottom shelf.
That's so not true.
No. I mean, I think I was just telling you the other day, I was walking through, I think it was a Total Wine, and they had Russell Reserve single barrel store picks on the bottom shelf.
Sometimes I've been...
Yeah, and then they have just random junk up on the top shelf. It's just, they have it, I think they do it in like alphabetical order or something.
Sometimes. It depends on the store you're in.
Yeah.
Like some stores do put their better, their more expensive bottles.
Or in a cabinet.
It doesn't matter though. Just because it's on the top shelf. Actually, you know what? For me, this is a great point. But whenever we first started dating and I didn't drink whiskey yet, I was like looking for a bottle of whiskey for you. And I went to the liquor store and it was going to be a Scotch. So the first thing I did was go to the top shelf of the Scotch and I looked for the oldest bottle I could find. And then I was like, I can't afford that. So then I kept going. But the thing, that was go back to the age thing too. Or like the age, it had to be old, it had to be expensive. All 3 in 1. I thought that when I was going to buy that. What did I buy you? It was like a log of wood.
No, it was an Ardbeg 10.
Oh, it was an Ardbeg 10.
Yep.
So I was like, 10 years is a good age.
Christmas present.
Yeah, on our first time date. I didn't know anything, but you know what? I found a good age. I found a good price because it was like fairly... Yep. At that time, I thought that whiskey was the most expensive thing in the world. Mm-hmm. So.
And I mean, we have back here some of our favorites. World whiskeys on the top. There's bourbons and ryes kind of just below that, and then the 2 shelves below that are bourbons and ryes that we like to drink daily.
Yeah.
Daily drinker
right.
Bourbons and ryes, and then below that's the daily drinker world whiskeys. And so it's on the bottom shelf behind us. It's really good whiskey. I mean, bottom shelf of every shelf here is great whiskey.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. Put it where you want it.
That's what she said. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, God. Alrighty.
Okay, next one.
That one.
Oh, here we go again. Allocated whiskey is the best whiskey. I mean, it's allocated. It's hard to find, so it must be the best, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not true at all. I can't tell you. Actually, you could literally find bottles of Calumet 16 just sitting on the shelves in Colorado.
Yeah.
You can find it everywhere. I don't necessarily think that's allocated.
Some places we see it like in the glass cabinets. Other places just on the shelf. Just depends on the store.
Allocated whiskey is not necessarily the best whiskey. It just depends on the person and what you're looking for and what you're wanting to buy. Like, are there good allocated whiskeys? Sure, there are good allocated whiskeys, but just because they're allocated, it doesn't make them good. I've had allocated whiskey that I don't like at all. Larceny C9 or B522 or C921. I don't like that. It's highly allocated, and it's just not my cup of tea. Just don't like the flavor of it. Mm-hmm. And that's just me. There are so many, literally some places allocate Heaven Hill and Henry McKenna.
It's the place.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. you can. So thing here is,
That
just
was
because
a long-winded.
it doesn't
way to
have
get
to be
back around to
allocated
that.
to be good.
Yeah.
Simply put.
Alrighty, next one.
Oh,
Just because a celebrity endorses or is part of a brand doesn't make it great. Sorry. I'm sorry.
it's false advertising
Yeah, the
sometimes.
Conor McGregor Proper 12 is not good. Some of the Blacken's alright with Metallica.
Sweetens Cove.
Heaven's Door, I'm not a
Peyton
fan
Manning.
of. Sweetens Cove. I mean, then there's what, gin. Different. There are people that have gin.
Oh yeah, Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey.
Well,
like-
Matthew McConaughey is the Wild Turkey Long Branch.
I thought he was aviation. Wait, who's
No,
aviation?
aviation is is it
Shoot.
Ryan Reynolds? No.
No.
I can't remember who it is.
I don't know, but either way. it
Just
doesn't-
because a celebrity endorses it doesn't make it great.
So if you're like out there looking for a bottle and you're like,
Don't buy it just because it has a celebrity on it.
American Highway,
Yep.
Brad Paisley.
That one's actually not too bad.
I actually like that one, but
It's
also
an
it's
expensive
super
bottle. It's a
expensive.
$100 bottle.
But sometimes brands will just slap a celebrity's name on it or partner with a celebrity, and then they're like, this is going to be the best whiskey you drink all year, all because so and so drinks it. It kind of like takes me back to my younger years when it's like such and such smokes these kind of cigarettes, and that makes them like, you want to be cool, so
It's marketing.
yeah, it's marketing 101 back in the olden days, but it doesn't work on me. Or does it? Okay.
Next one?
Yes.
Okay, you do the next one.
The next one, just because someone tells you something is great doesn't mean it is. It may not fit your taste profile. That's the thing. So if Bill,
Like if she tells you something's great, don't believe her.
well, if Bill was like, oh my God, this bottle is so great. And I'm like, okay, I have to tell you this a lot. I'm like, just because you think it's great or just because you think it sucks doesn't mean I'm going to think it sucks or I'm going to think it's great. It's literally, sometimes our taste profiles are a little different. Sometimes, depending on the day. And sometimes I'll tell you guys, like, oh my God, I love this. And somebody will be like, this is the crappiest bottle I've ever drank. Like, you suck. Or, like, so it's literally so subjective. Here's the point. I'm trying, this one gets me fired up. Like, I get so fired up because it's like,
Bring on the Darrow rant.
oh yeah, here we go.
What the hell is what? The noises.
Okay, here, but it gets me so fired up because there's like literally a million different taste profiles on Whiskey Tube. And we all taste something different. We all tell you different tasting notes. We all tell you we like something or we don't like something or whatever. But every time I do that, I say, this is just me tasting this. This is my opinion of it, so subjective, and I can taste whatever I want to taste. I can enjoy whatever I want to enjoy, just like you can taste and enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. But just because let's say channel A says this is a great bottle and channel C says this bottle sucks, doesn't mean either one of them are wrong. It's literally just their palates are different. And it makes me so mad because somebody will be like, oh, I think the average drinker doesn't know what she's talking about because Bob Smith told me that this was a good bottle. Or my best friend loves this bottle and average drinker doesn't love this bottle. Like, who the hell cares? Get off your high horse. If you like it, you like it, and that's all that matters.
She's on her high horse right now.
Giddy up, giddy up. What's that? What's it? Like, how do I look like I'm trotting on a horse?
All right.
I don't know. Anyway, so end rant. The point being, just because I tell you it's good doesn't make it good to you.
So,
It's subjective.
yep. That was actually 10 right there. We have one more. Told you.
What?
There's 11.
Was that really 10?
That was 10.
Did you miscount?
I did earlier. That's why I said it might not be 10.
Okay. All right, squirrel.
We have 11.
11.
So, last one. And this one goes, it's right to her. One shot will get you drunk.
Am I?
But not everyone, but people do think that, oh, just because I'm having one shot, it'll get me drunk. Sure, some people will, but not everybody.
Or like they think like, I don't know. Just.
And it depends. Are you drinking hazmat stuff, or are you drinking 80 proof?
And
so,
are you doing it as a shot?
Some people do. I mean,
That's another
you just saw us at, I mean, that goes to the drink how you want, but we were just at a whiskey thing yesterday, and I saw many people getting their pours from the vendors, and instead of sipping on it, they just shoot the thing. It's like, okay, I mean, to each your own.
To each their own. I wouldn't do that because like some whiskeys, you're like, Well, actually, no, I would never do that with my whiskey. But actually, I would take that back. There was one time I was at an event and I like tried the whiskey, like took one little sip and I didn't like it. But I didn't want to like be rude and not drink it because I had to go back there and I was there and they could see me. So like I just turned my head down the patch and that's what it was. I drank it. So
there you have it. That's our 10 plus 1.
10 plus 1.
Misconceptions.
You're my plus 1.
Oh, getting cheesy about it now.
I don't know, but anyhow, that's our list. I'm curious to know what your list would look like, and if you agree with ours or you disagree with something.
Or if there's any other ones you can think of that we didn't come up with.
Yeah. We kind of we pulled some people, we pulled some patrons, we asked a few questions. We had a pretty good list going already, but...
Most of the patrons, I think, had some items we had on our list already.
Yep. So, there you have it. That's our list. These are what we think are misconceptions about whiskey. No matter what, at the end of the day, we love whiskey. We drink it how we want. We tell you that we like it or we don't like it. We're just honest.
We buy the bottles we want.
Yep. Buy what we want, drink what we want, drink it how we want, when we want, where we want. And that's it. Mm-hmm. And that's what you should do. Just enjoy it with your friends, your family, your people that you just met. Network. Enjoy it. Love it how you want.
Whiskey's meant to be drank with people
that you love and care about.
Yep.
Or that you just met.
Yep.
So, anyhow, end of Dara going squirrely and whatever.
Yeah.
He still loves me at the end of the day, too. So, okay. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, really appreciate it. Love you. Appreciate your support. We're going to be back with so much more of The Average Drinker. I'm Bill.
I'm Dara. Goodbye.
We'll see you next time.